As I walk across the sacred earth, I can already feel the lives that will be transformed here. I can hear the laughter of children echoing across this land. I can see mothers
I
breathing again
expand,
deeply. I can feel
I
the woman
breathe,
remembering who she is
I
beneath the
command.
responsibilities,
I am
beneath the
love and
noise, beneath
divine
the exhaustion,
presence.
beneath the
I am
story she's
flowing
carried for oh
in
so long.
divine
This sanctuary has
essence.
lived within my
My
heart
love,
as a song for the
it
single mothers. Mothers just like me. From a
overflows.
single mother to a single mother.
It
This is how I went from surviving to creating a single mother sanctuary. And this is a single mother's off grid story. Peace and love, beloveds. Welcome back. Welcome back. So, today I want to talk about the struggle as a single mother, which I see as opportunity, because it is. All right. Everything that we go through is an opportunity for us to grow, for us to find a way through it. No matter what's happening, it's happening for us. And if we keep that mindset and have a positive attitude about everything that's happening in our lives, we can get through it with more peace, more love, more light, and actually find a solution much quicker. So let me talk to you about how I got to where I am today, creating a single mother sanctuary. And I'm standing in that 2B sanctuary right now. Okay, it's 1 acre dedicated to single mothers and their children, okay? Where you can come, or single mothers can come and raise their vibration and frequency, number one, because it all starts here in our mind to really get through what we're going through. That's where it started for me. And the Goddess Flow method is what helped me to shift my vibration, my energy, my frequency into alignment with what my soul was calling me to, and really led me away from my ex-husband so that I can really flow into my calling and be who I'm called to be in my highest vibration and frequency. So this number one is raising your vibration and frequency. So I'll be personally mentoring single mothers and their children, because Goddess Flow Kids is a thing as well, because what energy we're putting out there, our children are also receiving. So we want to be sure we're in a high vibe and we're helping our children to be in a high vibe. And that's the atmosphere we're going to create. So this single mother sanctuary, okay, is going to be a place where mothers and their children can come and awaken to their best version. And not only that, serve as community on this land, have community support. So it's no longer really single mothers having to be single mothers. We have a support system. Okay, don't have to worry about rent, because I'm offering this as a sacred offering and free service to single mothers, just like I needed. So let me go into that story of how I needed some help. So as a single mother, I found myself without child support, without any help to take care of my children. So I'm doing all the work. I'm doing everything my children need for them, the time that needs to be spent with them, from rising to going to sleep, all the things that the single mother has to do all by themselves, and no help with sharing that, time aspect, and then no help with also the money, the financial part of it, which also is a big part of it, right? So having to do that all by myself, and my ex-husband saying, I can't pay child support anymore. So I'm like, okay, well, we'll figure it out. I was in a positive mindset at that time, but I needed to continue in that positive mindset no matter what was happening. So the money went to zero from his end. So all I had was food stamps, okay? And the money that's coming in through my Goddess Flow International business, which wasn't much to survive on. So I was having to depend on my credit cards, had to max them out. And I ran out of all of my money and had to end up selling my home. And I knew it was already something I needed to do. It had a lot of old energy, but it was something I needed to do because I needed the money. As a single mother, what am I going to do now, okay? I can't, I could have went and bought a home, but I wasn't sure where I was meant to go. I was listening to spirit. So I'm like, okay, I'll go rent. And I was just continuing to follow where I'm meant to be, where I'm meant to go, until I got the calling to come to this land, which didn't come yet. So I rented for about 9 months, ran out of money again. So that was the situation, ran out of the money. All right, but I know Spirit's going to provide. I knew this is an opportunity for me to hold my faith and to believe in the provision of the universe for me. And everything has always worked out for my highest good, no matter what. And that's what got me onto this sacred land, keeping that faith, holding my vibration and frequency in a way that attracts still what I am called to do and be here on this earth. So here I am paying rent, ran out of money, and I let them know, hey, I don't have any funds to pay. I'm willing to go ahead and move out, and I did. I moved out. I happened to have a friend that I had just met. I told her the situation. I said, if you're open to and if Spirit guides you, I could afford $500 a month, okay? So that's all I could afford, $500 a month for one room for all of my children and I to live in. She had a garage. It was a nice size garage. So it was a nice size space. It had a little kitchen area and a little refrigerator. But we all had to share that whole space together. That was a big shift for me because I had never had to share a space with my children unless I wanted to have them in my room. But I had to now share a space with my children. So that was hard. Okay. And I did that for, quite a few months. Think about about 9 months, actually. Literally about 9 months. And then she had to sell her home. She was also a single mother and she needed money. And so she had to sell her home. And then I had 30 days to leave. So I was like, all right, Spirit, open the door wherever I'm meant to go. And I'm in Florida at this time. And I was like, okay, I know Spirit's going to open the door wherever I am meant to be. And so every door in Florida closed. I tried to find rent that I could afford, couldn't find it. No one was willing to accept me and my 5 children into their home because it's a lot. It's a lot of energy, right? So nobody was able to do that. However, someone in Arizona, another single mother, she was like, I will be able to accept $500 a month. And so we drove 26 hours to Arizona. Had never been to the West Coast ever, but I trusted Divine Spirit was guiding me here for a reason. And that opened up to be many things for me to help her in many different ways and for her to help me. So it worked out. But then she also needed her space back, and things weren't working out between me and her being on the same energetic level, and Spirit was calling me to leave. And again, I was like, I don't know where I'm going. But then a divine masculine came into the picture. One who could have potentially been my divine masculine. But I'm very keen on how I move with my energy. So if you're going to be my divine masculine, you got to step up to that divine masculine level of embodiment, love, and devotion with me. And he said, I'll be your investor. It was just a business partnership, but then he also wanted the relationship, but wasn't ready for a relationship. So I was like, we can't do that, But he did invest in the land, and he's a big part of how we got here because I didn't have the money to invest in the land, but I let Spirit open those doors, and he was willing to invest in land we can build on, and here we are. And that's how I'm able to donate 1 acre of this land to a single mother sanctuary. So in January of this year, actually, we signed papers for 20 acres of land in Northeast Arizona. In that March 3rd, 3/3, as a matter of fact, me and my children moved out here by ourselves. Had never camped before, had never started a fire before, had never done anything off-grid before, had no clue what to do. I had watched some YouTube videos on how to do stuff to prepare myself to be here, but had never done it and was going to have to do it all by myself. That's why I tell people, if I can do it, you can do it, because literally I knew nothing. I learned everything once I got here, but I knew Spirit said invest in land we can build on, home a village, build a healing arts retreat center, grow our own food. And I've done none of this before, but I trusted the divine plan that was given to me and am trusting, knowing that this is the opportunity that's been given to me to fully fulfill my purpose, my mission here. And the single mothers is a part of that because that's a big part of my life. I'm still here as a single mother, and I'm making it happen, not by my own will, not by my own might, but the divine in me, the universe all around me is co-creating with me to make this happen. I didn't even choose the land. The land chose us. There was a guy, Farrakhan, as a matter of fact, here after Farms, and I followed him when I was in Florida. and he had land. He was building a community in Georgia. I talked to him about going there. It's like, I only got $500. That's all I can afford. But that door closed, and then I ended up at a friend's house, and then also in Arizona. But he kept building in communities all the way to Arizona, and I was like, this is a sign. He's pretty much following me, but it's not him following me. It's like Spirit bringing him to me, and I was called to purchase land through him, which I did. And so now I'm paying off in monthly installments to pay for the remainder of the land. And that's why we're calling in our community, our solo line community, to help us fund this land project, number one. So what we're offering here is an opportunity for not only single mothers, but for healing artists who will serve here in our Healing Arts Retreat Center and help to raise the vibration and frequency through the healing arts. That is our mission, our main mission, and our calling here. But within that, we're doing these other initiatives like the Single Mother Sanctuary to also help raise the vibration and frequency. We're grounding that frequency into the earth, which will shift the vibration of the planet. So the more of us who are rising into our highest vibration and frequency, the more people who change this earth right here will then shift this earth all around us. Okay, and that's the mission and vision. Okay, so for those of you looking for intentional community and want a soul tribe to join, we are fully plant-based, fully sober, no smoking, no drinking, just fully high vibe. This is a community that we have an opportunity here in our Healing Arts Retreat Village for 10 more sacred families to come join us. Then we have our Single Mother Sanctuary, which I'm in right now, and you'll be able to join us here, 8 mothers and their families. We also have sacred exchange opportunities for those who want to build on the land, permaculture gardens, regenerative living and building, earthen building. That's what we're doing here. And it's all earth connected, all earth conscious, as within, so without. That's what we're doing here. And that raising of the vibration and frequency starts with us. So my vision for this land that I'm standing upon right now and for the full 20-acre sanctuary is ultimately the earth homes, being throughout earth homes, earth temples, earth, and building from this sacred earth our structures. Okay, we're going to have community bathhouses, community pools, and we have to be able to see it to believe it, right? We have to be able to see that vision, and I've seen it. I already see this beautiful 20 acres fully flourishing, fully developed, fully activated, but we need your help. It takes a village, right? Just like I had an investor invest in the land that we can build on. We need more investors, more philanthropist donors. We need those that can bring in some temporary shelters before we build our earthen shelter here for the single mothers. We need RVs, tents. I'm in a tent right now with my children. Tiny homes, whatever you're able to do that would help with a single mother. Because like me, I didn't have the money to do it, but the money came to me, the investors came to me, but we're still calling into the ether those who would help us to make this a fully developed reality. And it's happening. It's already happening. It already is so. We're claiming it as so now. So that's one way you can help, is donating to the project. That link will be below. We're also funding a well. So funding the Single Mother Project, the things that they'll need here, the things we'll need here, and also the well. Because without the water, we can't regenerate this land. It's fully, it's dry land. It's a lot of sand. But if you look at this greenery, on this side of the land, there's water close by, and we're right above a aquifer called the Bidahochi, charged by the Zuni tribe. So we're looking to tap into that. So you can fund that with us. And other ways you can support: buy my book, The Goddess Flow Method, Awakening Your Sacred Flow. You can sign up for one of our upcoming land visits or healing arts festivals. All this is funding our land project here. These are the ways we are funding the mission through the mission. And there's also other ways to connect on our website. So just putting that out there for you if you feel called to support, or just send any kind of donation that feels aligned for you. We're here. We are here building what we are called to build. It started with me as a single mother. This is my story, and I'm just excited to be able to share it with you. Sending you so much love, mwah, peace, and high vibrations. Please share this with a single mother who needs this. We are selecting our 8 single mothers. So they would be able to join us here and fully come out of that matrix system with us here. And soon our community will be full with all the things that we're building, and we'll be able to build together, heal together, live together, shared revenue together, community economics, community building, all these things as community. We need each other. It takes a village. Single mothers need community. Okay, that's the support we need. And when we do that, there's no more single mothers. There's no more single fathers. We're doing this together. And that is the mission and vision. All right, beloveds. Mwah. Peace and love.